want to promote your business? Do you want to talk about your nonprofit organization? Do you want to talk about your culture? Introducing the online web TV, Afrique Today. Log in. You can watch us live at the same time on 4 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and using the Afrique Today app. Download our app today for Android or Apple. Promote your business today. For more information, go to www.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
En vue de performer vos compétences et intégrer l'espace de l'entrepreneuriat digital, la nouvelle Chambre de commerce nationale et la nouvelle Chambre de commerce USA-RDC, en partenariat avec Diaspora Academy, installée aux États-Unis d'Amérique, vous offrent des sessions de formation en entrepreneuriat digital à des coûts réduits. Ces formations vous permettront d'intégrer le monde numérique et améliorer vos compétences en digital au bénéfice de cette terre d'avenir et grand marché qu'est la République démocratique du Congo. Pour participer aux formations, envoyez vos contacts WhatsApp au +243 99 073 0795. Enregistrez-vous aujourd'hui car les places sont limitées. Diaspora Academy, la plateforme des professionnels du digital.
L'entrepreneuriat digital vous intéresse-t-il ? Vous voulez apprendre à construire des projets digitaux ? Aimeriez-vous gagner des revenus passifs conséquents en tout lieu ? Voici la plateforme des professionnels du digital, la Diaspora Academy. Ici, vous retrouverez les meilleurs professionnels de la diasporama mondiale connectés sur notre plateforme. Vous allez pouvoir acquérir des formations adéquates qui feront de vous des entrepreneurs digitaux compétents. Étudiants, entrepreneurs, coachs, instructeurs et entreprises, Diaspora Academy est une opportunité pour vous. Elle vous offre la possibilité de suivre votre formation en mode virtuel à partir de chez vous, ou que vous soyez sur la planète. Toutes nos formations disponibles en ligne sont dispensées de manière interactive. Il suffit de vous inscrire et vous pourrez les suivre depuis chez vous. Au cours de la formation, vous passerez des quiz et examens selon votre parcours. En outre, à partir de votre tableau de bord, vous suivrez vos performances et progressions. Vous pourrez aussi communiquer avec vos instructeurs et recevoir des notifications. À la fin de votre parcours de formation, vous recevrez un certificat Diaspora Academy Certified. Que vous soyez débutant ou responsable d'entreprise, Diaspora Academy est une opportunité pour vous. Saisissez-la. Enfin, que vous soyez coach ou instructeur, ayez accès à un millier d'étudiants à travers notre plateforme. Merci de choisir Diaspora Academy, le meilleur choix. Pour plus d'informations, allez sur www.diasporaacademy.com. Diaspora Academy, la plateforme des professionnels du digital.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the African Diaspora Grassroots Voting on Afrique Today. I am your host, Busi Matsiko Andan, on the #1 digital channel out of Washington, D.C., live from our studio in New York City. And today we are going to have an amazing guest and we'll discuss everything leading to the 2020 U.S. elections. I can't wait to share with you, with our guests, what amazing things we have regarding this election. You can watch us live on 4 platforms, that is YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, as well as on our website, www.afriquetoday.com. Did you know we are also on Smart TV? Well, we are, and I look forward to having you subscribe to it. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Today we have an amazing guest who happens to be the 4-term mayor of Buffalo, New York, the second largest city in New York State. We have Honorable Byron Brown with us in the studio. Welcome, Mr. Brown. Honorable Brown. So good to have you. Honorable Brown is muted.
Thank you so much.
Okay, wonderful. It's an honor to have you. You're such an accomplished mayor. You happen to be the first Black mayor of Buffalo, New York, which happens to be the second largest city in New York State. Congratulations, and it's always a joy seeing someone of your caliber. Yes, and Mayor Brown has done so much for revitalization of Buffalo. He has done so much in terms of developments in Buffalo, New York. I mean, I just have to go over your bio because I wouldn't be doing justice to your accomplishments, Honorable Brown. So Honorable Brown was sworn for his fourth 4-year term as the 62nd mayor of New York's second largest city in January 2018. He has been a proponent of Buffalo's revival. Under his leadership, the city has seen significant progress, including $7 billion in new economic development activities since 2012. That's not an easy feat, which is expected to create over 12,000 jobs. His continued vision of a thriving, healthy, and innovative Buffalo, a city that embraces inclusiveness, equity, and opportunity for all, especially even in this COVID times when we are thinking about the during COVID and post-COVID economic development and what's going to happen. You need strong leadership. Since taking office, Mayor Brown has spearheaded a number of successful initiatives to revolutionize the community-based policing to further improve the community and police relations and strengthen neighborhoods. He continues to work collaboratively with all levels of law enforcement as well as other vital community partners on crime-fighting initiatives that have resulted in an overall drop in crime of over 40% and the removal last year of the most guns on record in 10 years. Oh, wow. Under Mayor Brown's direction, the Buffalo Police Department recently achieved full accreditation from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services Accreditation Council, making the BPD the largest city accredited law enforcement agent in New York State. Mayor Brown, I commend you on this, especially where there has been some sour relationships between the police and the public. but this shows that there can be good relationships between the police and the public. And he has also been very instrumental in including diasporans, that is naturalized citizens, in government. Mayor Brown, I just want to ask you, what drew you into public office? Where do you start? Because you never know, you might inspire a young woman or man who might want to run for office, because we need more people running for office these days.
I thought public office was a dynamic and powerful way to impact the community positively, to help to grow the community, and to involve residents in shaping the development of their community. I first ran for the city council, was elected to the city council, served 3 terms. From there, I ran for the New York State Senate and served 3 years in the New York State Senate. When I was elected to the state Senate, I was the first Black state senator outside of metropolitan New York City. And as you mentioned, when I was elected mayor, I became the first Black mayor of the city of Buffalo, the 2nd largest city in the state of New York. And these positions have given me an opportunity to push for community engagement, community development, to get average members of the community more involved in a process that helps to shape their lives, the process of citizenship, the process of government. And I am very blessed at the support that I've received from members of the community to be able to serve in these capacities and to be able to serve as mayor of the city of Buffalo for 4 terms.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I commend you. And what have been some of the challenges, especially during this COVID times, because you clearly can see with COVID, what are some of the challenges you're facing, and what are you doing to mitigate the effects of COVID on your city?
During COVID, all municipalities, businesses in New York State had to close down for the most part. We had to close to keep people safe and healthy. The plan in New York State, while at one time New York City had become the epicenter of COVID-19, the plan that Governor Andrew Cuomo put in place for New York State has turned out to be a very good plan. What I have tried to do is provide residents of the community with information to keep them safe and healthy. We've done food distributions because many people were laid off in our community. We did distribution of PPE, so face masks, hand sanitizer, to make sure that people stayed healthy during this difficult time. We found that there were still employers that were hiring people, so we kept our employment counselors in the city of Buffalo working remotely from home, and they were able to help people find employment even during COVID-19, when many job sites had to close down. And then we kept our 311 call center operational, our operators working from home, so that they were able to answer residents' questions. They were able to provide residents with information. And during COVID-19, most of our city services, with the exception of police, fire, public works, were operated remotely with many people working from home.
Wow.
So we didn't miss a beat in the city of Buffalo, and we knew how important it was to keep the operation of city government here, to keep people safe.
Wow, now
Thank
that's
you, Lucy.
leadership. I mean, yes, I mean that's I live in New York. I mean, I'm in Long Island, so and we were the epicenter. So I totally understand what you're talking about because we were living it. I'm actually homeschooling, so in case you hear some noises, just know it's kids at home. But yes, so I have my a respect for the frontliners, including yourself. You're a frontliner, whether because you're dealing with it. You're thinking of solutions for us, the public. So I really commend you and on your leadership. And I believe, and I'm hoping that the worst of this COVID is here. Yeah, I mean, it's over. So right now, this is a critical election year. I mean, I believe, we are voting for our future, for
Yes.
generations, and people shouldn't take it lightly, especially people of color. I mean, I just learned recently, imagine, as much as I read a lot, we've always had, there's a stereotype when you think about voting and you think that incarcerated people, former convicts cannot vote, and yet people need to know all this information, and that's one of the reasons we put together this show, just so that this word gets out there. So what would you tell people to know about this election year?
As you said, it's a very critical election, the upcoming presidential election. Every election is about the future, but perhaps during these very challenging times that we're living in, with a global health pandemic, with the global pandemic of systemic racism that people are talking about all over the world, with the economic hardship that COVID-19 has created all over the world, this election, perhaps more than any other national election in the United States, presidential election, is about the heart and soul and future of this country and the future of the entire world. I would say to people that voting is a very precious right. Over the years, many people fought and died for the right to vote. We need to make sure that that right is preserved and protected.
Wow. I mean, yes, I concur with you. And you have been one of those elected officials who has a vigorous plan with regards to the get out the votes. Please tell us more about your plan with how you've handled the get out the votes in Buffalo.
Well, year in and year out, we work on voter registration, making sure, first of all, that people are registered to vote. You talked about people who have previously been incarcerated. We call those individuals in our community returning citizens who have come home from incarceration. We assist those individuals in getting a certificate of relief from disability so that they can get their voting rights back. We have forums and information sessions about the importance of voting in the city of Buffalo.
Wow.
We help to educate people about the positions of the candidates, and we have a very robust get out the vote effort, whether it is people that do door knocking, whether it is phone banking, people calling people, or using social media to encourage people to come out and vote. Elections are too important to the future. This election is too important to the future. So we're using all of these means, both those that are old and tried and true, in addition to some of the newest technologies to encourage people to come out and vote in the city of Buffalo.
Oh, wow. That is, I mean, such a comprehensive plan. I mean, using clearly that showed, for me, that speaks to a person who's forward thinking, who listens to many people, to different people, welcomes the traditional methods as well as the future of the technology, you know, because sometimes you might find leaders who do not want to deal with the youth, who do not care about progressive methods, but you have a balance of using what has been tested as well as you're willing to try new things. And I believe that's what makes innovation. That's what makes, and that also inspires the youth, because to get involved in the process, because that's their strength, and that will also encourage them to bring their friends on board as volunteers. So please, what are you doing with regards to encouraging the youth to vote in Buffalo too?
Well, prior to COVID-19, one of the things that we would have been doing is going to the high schools, talking to those high school students that were old enough to vote, going onto the college campuses, talking to college students, encouraging them to vote, and speaking to working youth in the community, encouraging them to vote. It's a little bit more challenging now that you cannot go to colleges, high schools, places where young people would normally be gathered. So a lot of our encouragement is through social media now, speaking to young people through different social media mechanisms, Zoom calls, ads on social media, using all of the technologies that our young people are using now, going onto the platforms where our young people are found now, to encourage them to vote, to talk about the importance of voting, and to let them know that this is about their future. The future of all of us is at stake, but in particular, the future of young people is at stake in this election. And if they want the kind of future that they are looking for, they have to be part of the process. They have to be part of the solution. And one measure of being part of the solution of the challenges that we face is going out and voting.
Thank you for that, Mayor Brown. Regarding the Black Lives Matter and voting, there's sometimes a correlation of frustrated people deciding not to vote. What piece of advice would you give someone who's decided they are not voting because they think it's not going to make a difference whether they vote and their vote doesn't count?
Well, I try to direct them to the experience of voting for me as mayor of the city of Buffalo. During my time as mayor of Buffalo, I've been able to hire more Black people than any mayor in the history of the city of Buffalo, more Hispanic people than any mayor in the history of the city of Buffalo, more new Americans than any mayor in the city of Buffalo, and more women than any mayor in the history of the city of Buffalo. So if you want change, if you want to be represented, if diversity, equity, and inclusion is important to you, you need to vote for the candidate that you believe will make Washington, that will make how our nation functions look like our communities and look like the people that are in our communities, and make sure that no one is left out, that no one is left behind, and that we all can realize that we are part of the American dream.
Wow, that's fantastic. We will, Mayor Brown, I can't wait to have speak with you after the break, because you are really you're on fire. You're giving us some information that is inspiring already. You know, I can imagine what the folks out there that are listening are thinking while listening to you. We'll be back after the break.
Thank you, Lucy.
Welcome back to the final part of the African Grassroots Diaspora and Voting. And we have the Honorable Mayor of Buffalo, New York, Honorable Byron Brown with us, still in studio. And Mayor Brown, I am going to be brief in this second half because I know you have a very busy schedule and I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us. So I will just pose 2 more questions to you and we will release you because you have been an amazing guest today. One of the questions I wanted to ask was, how can we work together as diaspora towards a common goal?
We have to communicate with each other. We have to share information with each other. We have to trust and respect each other. One of the things that I say, particularly now as we are dealing with these global challenges, is that love should be the answer for diaspora people. Love should be the message. We need to demonstrate our love for each other. We need to demonstrate our trust for each other. But it really starts with communication, with sharing information, with communicating within our own physical community and the diaspora community, communicating across cities, across states, and across the globe.
Yes, that's some good advice. And what would your closing remarks be regarding voting 2020?
Please vote 2020. It's critically important. The future depends on it. All of our futures depend on it. Our quality of life depends on it. Things get better when we vote. Particularly when we vote for the right people. I would encourage every single person that is watching this program to please come out and vote. It matters, it makes a difference, and it will change our lives.
Fantastic. There's one thing I forgot to ask you, because you've been big on the census. What's your thoughts? What would you say about the census?
Everyone has to fill out the census, particularly the diaspora community. Every city needs people to fill out the census to get a complete and accurate count. I can tell you that in the city of Buffalo in 2010, we had a 67% response rate, and from 2010 to 2020, we lost hundreds of millions of dollars in federal aid by having that low a response rate. It is critically important for communities all across the country to have a complete and accurate count. Here in Buffalo, we have a Census 2020 committee where we have people working with the U.S. Census to make sure that in 2020, we have a complete and accurate count in the city of Buffalo, and cities in every part of the country need to do the same.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Honorable Brown. I mean, this has been a very educative session with you, and I want to thank you for sparing the time to educate us on the important things we need to know about the elections, as well as what we need to know regarding the census, and talking about communications. And I thank you for tuning. I thank you all for tuning in with us this week on African Diaspora and Grassroots Voting. I can't wait for you all to join us next week again at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Honorable Brown, thank you. We appreciate you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Busi. Bye-bye.
Welcome. You're watching Afrique Today with Harriet Shangarai, coming to you with community update. First, I'm going to start with I'm going to start with the census, because that's really important. We're celebrating the census weekend here in Montgomery County, starting August 7th up to August the 10th. It is vital that we make sure each and everyone in our community is counted. I'm going to ask you to visit www.2020census.gov. It is safe, it is quick, and it is not going to be used for any other purposes but census. Please make sure that you are all counted, and reach out to your friends and community members to remind them to complete their census. This is how we get special programs to come to our communities. Another item that I want to bring to your attention, it is the renters' resources. We all know that eviction moratorium has been lifted here in Maryland since July 25th. A number of people are running behind their rent, and they may need help. I want you to call 311 and follow up, or visit www.montgomerycounty.gov/renters for resources for those who are renting. If you're falling behind your rent, please call 311 to find out about more resources that may be available to assist you. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is COVID-19 testing. Montgomery County has put a number of centers. COVID testing is free. Call 240-777-1755 and get your test. Also remember to put your mask, wash your hands, and observe social distancing. Keep everyone healthy in your family and those around you, or whenever you go to the store. Please be sure to protect yourself and protect others. One more update I have for you today is the information about single parenting households. Montgomery College has a very special program prepared to share about information about all resources available for single parenting households, and you can go to montgomerycollege.edu/single parent conference and register. That conference is going to be held August 8th to 2020. So this is all I have prepared for you. Visit Afrique Today platform for all these flyers, or reach out to montgomerycounty.gov and go through for different resources that you're looking for, as long as you're residents of Montgomery County. We want you to stay safe. Please wash your hands, wear your mask, and observe social distancing. Remember to count, and please do vote. Thank you. Harriet Shangarai, Community Update with Afrique Today. Thank you.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to talk about your nonprofit organization? Do you want to talk about your culture? Introducing the online web TV, Afrique Today. Fogham, where you can watch us live at the same time on 4 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and using the Afrique Today app. Download our app today for Android or Apple. Promote your business today. For more information, go to www.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
En vue de performer vos compétences et intégrer l'espace de l'entrepreneuriat digital, la nouvelle chambre de commerce nationale et la nouvelle chambre de commerce USA-RDC, en partenariat avec Diaspora Academy, installée aux États-Unis d'Amérique, vous offrent des sessions de formation en entrepreneuriat digital à des coûts réduits. Ces formations vous permettront d'intégrer le monde numérique et améliorer vos compétences en digital au bénéfice de cette terre d'avenir et grand marché qu'est la République démocratique du Congo. Pour participer aux formations, envoyez vos contacts WhatsApp au +243 99 073 0795. Enregistrez-vous aujourd'hui car les places sont limitées. Diaspora Academy, la plateforme des professionnels du digital.
L'entrepreneuriat digital vous intéresse-t-il? Vous voulez apprendre à construire des projets digitaux? Aimeriez-vous gagner des revenus passifs conséquents en tout lieu? Voici la plateforme des professionnels du digital, la Diaspora Academy. Ici, vous retrouverez les meilleurs professionnels de la diasporama mondiale connectés sur notre plateforme. Vous allez pouvoir acquérir des formations adéquates qui feront de vous des entrepreneurs digitaux compétents. Étudiants, entrepreneurs, coachs, instructeurs et entreprises, Diaspora Academy est une opportunité pour vous. Elle vous offre la possibilité de suivre votre formation en mode virtuel à partir de chez vous, ou que vous soyez sur la planète. Toutes nos formations disponibles en ligne sont dispensées de manière interactive. Il suffit de vous inscrire et vous pourrez les suivre depuis chez vous. Au cours de la formation, vous passerez des quiz et examens selon votre parcours. En outre, à partir de votre tableau de bord, vous suivrez vos performances et progressions. Vous pourrez aussi communiquer avec vos instructeurs et recevoir des notifications. À la fin de votre parcours de formation, vous recevrez un certificat Diaspora Academy Certified. Que vous soyez débutant ou responsable d'entreprise, Diaspora Academy est une opportunité pour vous. Saisissez-la! Enfin, que vous soyez coach ou instructeur, ayez accès à un millier d'étudiants à travers notre plateforme. Merci de choisir Diaspora Academy, le meilleur choix. Pour plus d'informations, allez sur www.diasporaacademy.com. Diaspora Academy, la plateforme des professionnels du digital.
Welcome. You're watching Afrique Today with Harriet Shangarai, coming to you with community update. First, I'm going to start with I'm going to start with the census because that's really important. We're celebrating the census weekend here in Montgomery County, starting August 7th up to August the 10th. It is vital that we make sure each and everyone in our community is counted. I'm going to ask you to visit www.2020census.gov. It is safe, it is quick, and it is not going to be used for any other purposes but census. Please make sure that you are all counted and reach out to your friends and community members to remind them to complete their census. This is how we get special programs to come to our communities. Another item that I want to bring to your attention, it is the renters' resources. We all know that eviction moratorium has been lifted here in Maryland since July 25th. A number of people are running behind their rent and they may need help. I want you to call 311 and follow up, or visit www.montgomerycounty.gov/renters for resources for those who are renting. If you're falling behind your rent, please call 311 to find out about more resources that may be available to assist you. Another thing I want to bring to your attention is COVID-19 testing. Montgomery County has put a number of centers. COVID testing is free. Call 240-777-1755 and get your test. Also remember to put your mask, wash your hands, and observe social distancing. Keep everyone healthy in your family and those around you, or whenever you go to the store. Please be sure to protect yourself and protect others. One more update I have for you today is the information about single parenting households. Montgomery College has a very special program prepared to share about information about all resources available for single parenting households, and you can go to montgomerycollege.edu/single parent conference and register. That conference is going to be held August 8th to 2020. So this is all I have prepared for you. Visit Afrique Today platform for all these flyers, or reach out to montgomerycounty.gov and go through for different resources that you're looking for, as long as you're residents of Montgomery County. We want you to stay safe. Please wash your hands, wear your mask, and observe social distancing. Remember to count and please do vote. Thank you. Harriet Shangarai, Community Update with Afrique Today. Thank you.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to talk about your nonprofit organization? Do you want to talk about your culture? Introducing the online web TV, Afrique Today. Fogham, where you can watch us live at the same time on 4 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and using the Afrique Today app. Download our app today for Android or Apple. Promote your business today. For more information, go to www.afriquetoday.com. Afrique Today, the best of digital TV.
Jamais nous disons stop à la vente de nos terres. Jamais ne cédons pas au chantage et belles paroles. L'héritage que nos ancêtres nous ont légué, c'est pas l'argent, les voitures et maisons. Pour assurer la survie de nos familles, c'est la forêt et la terre. Missy et Paul, elle est baillon c'est ma eye. Missy bonne ni te ni, elle est baillon c'est ma eye. Et ma kobasia na ton mambo manyoko. Be café na biko konone, umo somo sange olia. Toyanaka, obonongo, yosumise, imundongo, abonise, sakonane. Non à la vente des terres, non à la vente des terres, non à la vente des terres, non à la vente des terres. Ah, beneni, bekime, où nous donne les nains, mokatu moti, nisunu ni fola. Salaba Tuba munu moti Batakaka obusi Élevons nos voix Chantons sur tous les toits Pour que demain soit plus clair. Si t'entends ma voix, la voix des sans-voix, ce qu'on a de plus cher, ce sont nos terres.
le peuple une partie du temps, mais on ne peut tromper tout le peuple tout le temps. Oui au développement, non à l'exode rural.
Diaspora Banen, chef traditionnel élite, fils et filles, que chacun apporte sa pierre à l'édifice. Mounani Moundamonte.
Non à la vente des terres banennes. Non à la vente des terres banennes. Non à la vente
Peuple banane.
des terres banennes.
Tous nous sommes interpellés.
Non à la vente
Soyons unis.
des terres banennes. Non à la vente.
Bonne année petit me partenaire. Mon tatou moting faut finir pour l'autre. Mon année foyer est mort.
Nous remercions le collectif des artistes Banen et son président, Monsieur Écombile Vincent Olivier, pour sa lutte acharnée pour le réveil de la culture Banen.